Welcome to the Monday, October 21st edition of the map discussion. The first thing that you probably would get your eyes pulled to is this system out in the central part of the United States. It's been responsible for some snow in the Rockies, southern parts of Utah into Colorado, and some severe weather from New Mexico through Kansas, parts of Kansas. Meanwhile, over the Carolinas, we still have that high pressure center. I was about to call it pesky, but I mean, who could call this weather pesky? This is really, really nice mid fall weather that we're dealing with across the Carolinas. So let's get into the forecast. So, getting into the forecast, that mid Atlantic high pressure system just goes nowhere fast. While it really takes this system out in the central part of the United States pretty much out. You can see that the system out west looks strong, but then it slowly begins to fade, and by 8 a.m. Tuesday, there's nothing but some leftover showers and thunderstorms from the stronger severe weather across parts of Kansas this afternoon. The big story here is the next frontal system. Seen here just got through the Dakotas, looking at showers and thunderstorms in the northern part of Minnesota, and then as that system dives southward and southeastward through the day on Wednesday into Wednesday afternoon, you can see some snow start to be forecast in parts of the upper Great Lakes. And and still this high pressure center over the mid Atlantic is stubborn. You could also see along the outer banks of North Carolina some showers and thunderstorms. This has been a pretty consistent thing just off the coast of the Carolinas. There's been some showers and thunderstorms across the Atlantic Ocean. As far as tropical development, not too worried about anything like that, but we can mention that a little bit later. Just some showers and thunderstorms that appear to be in the chance range Tuesday night into Wednesday morning along the southern parts of the outer banks of North Carolina. Look at the extended range, days 3 through 7. This is what the surface map could look like at 8 a.m. Thursday. That front has just cleared the Carolinas. It's forecast to just clear the Carolinas. And another dominant high pressure center takes hold of the mid Atlantic region. And this pattern is going to, well, it's going to stay for a while at least. We'll have some pretty nice weather, and then followed by a front, and then some pretty nice weather again. Now, the question is whether those fronts produce any precipitation. So let's take a look at the next 7 days of precipitation. So here it is. As you can see, no precipitation whatsoever across the Carolinas. Plenty of outside of the Carolinas, some stuff out towards the Midwest, upper parts of the upper Mississippi River Valley, and plenty off the coast, but none, not too much as way in the way of precipitation across the Carolinas. So what do all those weather maps mean for us in the Carolinas specifically? Well, it means some pretty quiet and just about unseasonably warm temperatures, especially across southern parts of South Carolina. So Tuesday afternoon highs. This is the map you are currently looking at. In the low 80s for points south of Columbia, and pretty solidly in the upper 70s across eastern parts of North Carolina. Greenville, 78, Rocky Mount, 78, Raleigh, 78, Fayetteville, 79, Wilmington approaches 80. 78 in Charlotte, 75 in Hickory. As always, the mountains are the cool spots. 69 in Boone on Tuesday. Wednesday, again, 80s, upper 70s to low 80s across most of the Carolinas. 71 in Boone, 76 in Asheville, 79 from Greenville, Spartanburg to Charlotte, 80 towards Fayetteville to Wilmington, over towards Jacksonville, Columbia, 81, as well as 81 towards parts of North Charleston on Wednesday afternoon. On Thursday afternoon, you see that the temperatures, especially in the northern or northeastern part of the state, is only getting into the upper 70s. 73 towards Rocky Mount, 71 in Elizabeth City, but still solidly in the mid to upper 70s across the Charlotte region, and even the low 80s for areas between Columbia to Augusta, Greenville, Spartanburg, back down to Savannah on Thursday. And then we get that little bit of a front that comes through, and that really cools us down for a bit. We're looking at, again, 76 in Charlotte, while 69 degrees in Raleigh. The front hasn't quite made it down towards Columbia. You're still in the low 80s for points south of Columbia. On Saturday, we start to see a little bit of a warming trend. And for points of locations in South Carolina, you're approaching the mid 80s for this time of year. That's pretty warm, but you're still solidly in the upper 70s to mid 70s across the North Carolina Piedmont and the upstate of South Carolina. On Saturday, Sunday afternoon, that's when a more dramatic cool down occurs. We're looking at 68 degrees in Hickory, and even parts of southern part of South Carolina down towards Columbia, 71, still hanging on to the upper 70s across the Savannah region. But that front will make its presence known across pretty much the entire area. Taking a look at those morning lows on Tuesday, when you wake up across the region in Charlotte, expect upper 40s, low 40s across the mountains, and upper 50s to near 60 across the coastal regions of North and South Carolina. On Wednesday, a little bit more warmer, low 60s, 60 in Wilmington, all the way down towards Savannah, low 50s for points along and south of 85. 54 in Columbia. North of 85, expect still upper 40s. 47 in Hickory as you wake up Wednesday morning. Thursday, everybody's pretty solidly in the 50s. 51 in Hickory. 48 across Murphy to Asheville. 57 towards Myrtle Beach and Wilmington, and near 60 towards Savannah as you wake up Thursday morning. Thursday is when we have that front coming through, so Friday morning will be a bit cooler, especially parts of northeast North Carolina. Low 40s across the region across Elizabeth City. Mid 40s where Greensboro, Winston-Salem, Hickory areas, in the low 50s across the Charlotte metro area, getting towards 51 to 56 in Wilmington, Myrtle Beach, and 61 towards Savannah on Friday morning. When you go for a run Saturday morning, bundle up a little bit across the Raleigh-Durham area, expect upper 40s. Everywhere else, expect temperatures to be in the low 50s to mid 50s for parts of the coastal regions of South Carolina. And on Sunday, Expect some low 50s across the Raleigh metro area to Charlotte, Greenville, Spartanburg, mid 50s across the Columbia region, upper 50s to near 60 across the coastal regions, including Savannah up towards Myrtle Beach, Wilmington, over towards Jacksonville. So here's the tropical outlook for the next 7 days. We have Tropical Storm Oscar, which is on the weakening end of its life. Made landfall yesterday as a Category 1, but the models do not have any, as you can tell by this forecast, no effect is forecast for the mainland of the United States. So the weather summary across the Carolinas over the next few days is just nice weather. Temperatures warming slightly to the mid to upper 70s across the Charlotte region, even some low 80s across the parts of the southern parts of South Carolina and to the coastal regions of North Carolina. No precipitation is expected over the next 7 days, but I mean, just enjoy the weather. And also, this is great news for the continued recovery efforts for western parts of North Carolina. Yeah, that's good news for as far as the weather goes. It's cooperating. That does it for this map discussion for Monday, October 21st. I hope y'all enjoy the next couple days, and I'll see you in the next one.